Alright guys, so this is my custom SH Figuarts WASP. It's the exact same figure except I've hollowed out the helmet and I put the Marvel Legends head inside it, and then I got some lenses for it, and I'll explain how I did all that and we'll take a closer look. The first step of this custom was to remove the original head, and I'll show you what's going on under here. So I removed the original head, which had a silver piece that was in the middle of it, a big chunk, and so I just took that out, kind of had to boil it to get it so I could take this out. And the neck peg that you see in there, that is the original neck peg, because obviously the Marvel Legends has a bigger ball peg joint in the head, so it wouldn't fit. So after removing that piece out of here, I shaved it down so that it could fit inside the Marvel Legends head and glued it in there, so that the Marvel Legends head could sit on the ball joint, and it worked just fine. And then what I had to do is kind of hollow out this piece, which was already pretty much hollow, but I had to shave it down with a Dremel tool, and I had to cut the head down a little bit. And obviously I had to drill out a little divot so that that hole could still be there, and so the helmet could fit on top of it. And then after that, it was just a matter of gluing the head into the back part of the helmet. And then this, I had to shave off a ton of stuff. There were a lot of support beams kind of inside this face plate, and I had to shave those down, and then I kind of crudely painted it so that it wasn't as ugly, but obviously it's pretty scratched up inside there. And that fits just right on top of here. And so after that, it was just a matter of getting some lenses. So the original lenses that I took out of the WASP figure, I thought that they were going to be transparent, and it would just be a matter of just sticking those back in and then you could see the eyes. But they were painted silver on the back, so they look transparent, but they're actually, it didn't work. So I had to shave those down to get them kind of thin and to shave the paint off, but it was really a pain to try to get it smooth because you could see all the scratches behind the plastic, and the magnification of those lenses made it so her eyes looked super far apart. And so I had to figure out something that was thinner, that could be easily cut, but also had the right color. And so I went to Walmart and I found a bottle of L'Oreal sunflower oil, and I had to get something that already had a molded curve in it, because something this thick, it would be impossible to get it to stay curved inside the helmet. So, I mean, it was just pure chance, but I found this that has that curve on the corner. And as you can see here, these are some attempts at cutting out some lens pieces. But what I arrived at is a piece that looks pretty much just like this. This is the one that goes inside there. And it's not perfect. Ideally, I would be able to cut it out into the exact shape of the goggles and then just kind of stick it in there so it doesn't sit so far behind. But I'll show you what this looks like. All right, this is kind of tricky because I can't actually glue these into the helmet because I'm kind of considering trying to cut out their exact shape so that it can fit just in there. But also I tried gluing the first one that I had, and the super glue residue kind of just crawled all over the glass and fogged it up, and that didn't look very good. So what I've got here is just a system of, you just take that off, you fit it over the eyes as best as you can. Might have to do this off camera, but we'll see if I can get it. And then you just stick this over top of it. See, it kind of requires a bit of finesse, so I'll do that off camera. Before I put the lenses on, I forgot to mention that I did add a system of magnets. So I just glued a tiny neodymium magnet into the snout, and I also drilled a little hole in her face, a little divot, so that I could put another magnet in there. And so the helmet is actually magnetized to the face. I was going to do one up here and try to do one up here, but I don't think there's enough room. But you don't really see that part anyway, and that peg kind of helps it align the way it's supposed to go. But the magnet just kind of helps it stay in place. So, yeah. All right, there you go. That's how it looks when the lens is under the mask. It's not perfect You can kind of see the edges of it if you look from certain angles. It's just kind of hard to get a piece that's big enough to cover all of the cracks and crevices, but also small enough that it won't make it hard for the helmet to fit on, the faceplate I mean. And so even with just this kind of small one on here, it doesn't fit all the way. You can see there's kind of a crack right there, but head on, I mean, it just looks really cool. I'll compare it with the SH Figuarts Ant-Man from Endgame, and you can see why I wanted to do these eyes. All right, so here they are together side by side, Ant-Man and the Wasp. And as you can see, this was my inspiration for this custom. You can see clearly Ant-Man's eyes behind those lenses, and it looks really cool. And so that's why I wanted to do this, and I think they look really good side by side. So if any of you guys want to try this custom, it does require a Dremel tool to sand out the faceplate and the inside of the helmet, and for various other things to cut up the sunflower oil bottle. You can find these at Walmart. I can't remember exactly what it's called. I just remember the brand was L'Oreal, and it's kind of shaped perfectly for these lenses. Go ahead and give it a try if you want. And if you have any questions, go ahead and leave a comment, and I'm happy to help you out.